We need an opening joke.
What we doing?
Black Klansman. Black K Klansman. Black Klansman. As the title is.
We can't really joke about that kind of stuff. Can you really? I mean, we do an opening joke for every single film, but this one I think it'd be a bit insensitive.
Should we just start it? Like that, yeah.
Hello, this is Ron Stallworth calling. Who am I speaking with?
This is David Duke.
Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. That David Duke?
God. Last time I checked. What can I do you for?
Well, since you asked, I hate blacks. I hate Jews, Mexicans and Irish, Italians and Chinese. But my mouth to God's ears, I really hate those black rats. And anyone else, really, that doesn't have pure white Aryan blood running through their veins.
I'm happy to be talking to a true white American.
God bless white America.
So, Jack, Black Klansman. What did you think of Black Klansman?
I thought it was really, really good. If I'm honest, I was a bit shocked.
About?
Because I thought, judging from the trailers, it was a bit of a comedy, kind of...
Yeah, let's get that out of there.
Spoof, maybe?
Straight away. The trailers make it seem funnier than it is.
Yeah, it's not.
This is a hard-hitting...
Very straight-laced film.
Drama. This is a drama, isn't it? It's a drama about racism. There we go. It's out there. If you're expecting a comedy, turn off now.
Yeah.
There's just comedic moments, but it's not an out-and-out comedy.
It's more of a factual... Because it's a true story.
It is a true story based on the book by Ron Stallworth himself.
The KKK is planning an attack.
How do you propose to make this investigation?
We'll establish contact over the phone.
What was the story, Jack?
So the story is our main character, whose name is...
Ron Stallworth.
That we hear about 1900 times in the film. He is a black policeman.
The first in the area, I do believe.
The first. And he goes undercover. Shot. He basically goes undercover of the KKK to see what they're doing, what the crack is.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't, but his name does. He obviously doesn't, because obviously they wouldn't be allowed.
Right, you're rubbish at this story.
Hold on, I'm getting there. Well, fucking drop me on it last second, why don't you?
Yeah, that's the new thing.
Well, I'll panic.
He phones up the KKK, and as Ron Stallworth, because he's a rookie, new cop, he gives them the real name. Stupid. So, Ron Stallworth has to go undercover with the KKK. Notoriously pro-white.
Yeah.
We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
So, obviously, a black guy can't be amongst their ranks.
Anywhere near the KKK, and
well,
it's bad times.
yes. So, a white guy has to pretend to be Ron Stallworth and go undercover, and together, black guy on the phone, white guy in real life, have to be the same person and try and take down the KKK. Possibly, if the KKK being bad, they might not even be bad.
Yeah,
I mean, they're racist.
Let's see what the crack is. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah,
behind the camp.
So that's the story. So,
as you'd imagine, a couple of issues do arise.
Possibly, yes. Because, well, what's the point of a film if they don't? So, first off, good?
Good. I liked it.
Good. I thought it was good. A few slight issues with it. It's a bit long. It drags a little bit. And as a white Englishman, it was a bit awkward for me watching it, really. Because it is very hard hitting. It's not subtle at all, is it?
No.
There's every racial slur, probably from the time period.
Yeah.
You get a lot of N-words, you get a lot of other words that I didn't even know were racism.
Racism towards blacks.
Yeah, I didn't know, because we are not racist. So
No.
I wouldn't call people that. But I was like, is that racism? And then later on, it's like, yeah, that's racism. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I think we were a bit naive going into this, really, weren't we?
We were naive. It's Spike Lee film. And this is one of his, I would say, one of his best.
We'll need a white officer to play me when they meet face to face.
You for the white race, Ron?
Oh, hell yeah.
So there becomes a combined Ron Stallworth.
Can you do that?
With the right white man, we can do anything.
So I just have slight issues with the story, but that's like any other story. But we'll get into that in spoilers.
Yeah, we like to nitpick, you know what I mean? No matter what film we watch, really.
But overall, good film.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. There was bits that were really tense.
Yeah, it is very tense. This is what I thought. I didn't really enjoy the film because it kind of took me off guard at how tense it was going to be throughout. Like you said, I went in thinking it was a comedy, and from 5 minutes in, you're like, this isn't a comedy.
You pick it up straight away where it's like, whoa,
Yeah,
this actually happened. This is deep.
Yeah, exactly. It's deep, and the vibe I got from it was you need to sit back and you need to listen and you need to take note of what's going on. You can't just think it's just going to be a bit blasé and a bit funny, because it's not. It's not.
Well, it's not really a laughing matter. Do you know what I mean? I think, like you said, they interpreted some comedy moments. What was wrong with that? Interpreted. What's the word?
Interpreted. Not interpretated. You've had it.
Interpreted.
No, stop saying it. Acting. What do you think?
Acting, I thought was really good.
Yeah, everyone's great.
The main guy, John David Washington,
Playing our man Ron Stallworth.
Ron Stallworth. I really enjoyed him.
I thought it was really good. He's good at playing a black guy who's downtrodden,
Yep.
but he's also he's a good guy. He's trying to do what's right in every circumstance.
Just trying to make everyone happy.
First and foremost, he's a police officer. He's a black guy. He could well be pro-black, but he's not even that. He is what's right.
Yeah.
If the blacks are doing stuff wrong, he has issue with that.
Yeah.
If the white people are doing stuff wrong, he has issue with that. He's a police officer, and he plays it really well.
It does, yeah.
Adam Driver, really good.
When's he not good?
True, exactly. What's scary for this role is he can play good guy cop and racist asshole well.
Yeah. He acts within acting.
Yes. Jack's terminology of acting within acting strikes again. Yes. But that's his role. It's not that he is an asshole. His character is the undercover guy. But that I think is what will touch home with a few people about how people
Could be so two-faced.
yeah, can possibly act like a nice guy and maybe subconsciously are they the racists that you don't know about? You know? But he does it really well. He's great. And first and foremost, everyone in this film is clearly anti-racist because they wouldn't be in the film.
Yeah.
So the people playing the racists, the KKK members, really good, scarily good.
You had Walter and Felix
Yes.
that stuck out for me. Walter was played by Ryan Eggold,
Yes.
and Felix was played by a dude I can't say his name.
Yeah, we'll put it here.
Jasper.
Pakkanen?
I'm not even going to.
I want to say Pakkanen.
Pakkanen sounds about right.
He's creepy and he's great.
They're ridiculously good.
You just get a vibe off him, don't you?
Just being like horrible.
Like a
You know
grotty.
what I mean? Like real horrible.
He's
characters.
a nasty piece of work, isn't he?
Yeah.
The other guy, not so much. Whoops.
My hat.
Walter is he's racist. But
He's their sort of leader, isn't he?
yeah, but he's not like a violent racist. Whereas
Felix is just.
But you get the sense from the moment he's on screen, his look, his persona, the vibe he gives off, you just dislike him from the moment you see him, which is obviously the point, I guess.
That's what they were going for, wasn't it? And they nailed it.
Topher Grace as David Duke, the real David Duke. Obviously, these are all real characters.
He's a real guy, yeah. He's the leader of the KKK.
Well, they're all real, aren't they? This is a real story.
Yeah.
But he's still the leader of the KKK.
And he looks like him. The actor looks like him in real life.
Yeah, they've done a good job, and he comes across very well as a smug.
Thinks he's sort of
smug he thinks he's the dog's bollocks, doesn't he? What's next?
Oh, you still want to talk about acting? Or you want to move on?
Whatever. You got any more acting to say?
You got Laura Harrier,
Who is?
who is
Oh, the lady.
Ron's girlfriend.
The leader of the youth
They do the
organisation at uni for black people. What's her name? Shit.
I don't know the name for in the film. I just know her actress name. But she was the girlfriend in Spider-Man as well. She gets around, this girl.
She was right.
In Homecoming, she's
She the miserable Mary Jane.
yeah.
Oh well, that shows her range then, because I did not know that. She's good. A good dynamic of a.
And speaking of Spider-Man, David Duke, who we've just mentioned, is Venom in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. People probably know that.
So they've got the basically Spider-Man cast, Spider-Man dropouts, I like to call them.
Yeah, all 2 out of 4 films. No, 5 films. No, 6 films. 2 cast members out of 6 films. It's basically Spider-Man.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size he can.
Cinematography then,
I thought the cinematography was brilliant.
did you?
Yeah.
Why?
Because there was a few bits where there's a bit where they have a little talk.
Right.
Huh? What? What? We're laughing at now.
There are a few bits where they have a little talk.
I haven't finished yet.
Go on then.
What's it called? Seriously? The talk in the hall. Where the bloke was preaching to him.
What? When they have like the student rally.
Yeah.
Say it all again.
Is that what it's called? Student rally?
Well, they have like a rally, don't they, with this guy? Yeah.
Is that where he first goes undercover? Yeah. The cinematography at the student rally, where I forgot his name, but he's having a big speech, and it's weird what they do with the camera. Like there's heads popping up,
Yeah.
and it shows they're all listening. It looked like Bohemian Rhapsody from the Queen video.
They fade in and out.
Yeah, and I love that.
Scaramouche, will you do the fandango?
And another one, there was a bit where they're talking like superheroes, like black superheroes, and it comes up like half the screen, like the cover.
They're not superheroes, they're film characters.
The same thing. But it comes up on the screen.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's just different.
He's got his
like
own
that.
spin, hasn't it? His own vibe. I didn't really like that.
I didn't.
either.
I
No, because it was a bit off-putting. Because like this film was very serious and very.
Yeah, it got a bit goofy, but I still liked it.
Well, it kind of threw me out the film a bit because I'm like, okay, hang on, that's a real film. That's a real cover. Why am I being shown this now? I understand. And then it did it like 4 times and it's chopping between the cut. It was a bit weird for me. Just threw me off a bit. It was different.
I liked what he just did with it. I thought it was a good idea.
I thought personally you could have shown that maybe where they walk in and they're talking and he's like film cover. You see it on the shelf, and then next one, bam. You don't have to place it like
in the screen.
well, because it was like something I do. You know what I mean? Here's a film cover covering up your face. You know. Personal preference. Shot well. Spike Lee knows what he's doing.
There's one bit in particular which I wasn't a fan of.
What?
Is where they're both, the main and his girlfriend are together, and they're moving but they're not walking.
They're on like a treadmill, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, and it's only used once, and it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. There's one
was
or two moments where he tries to do a bit of a different trick,
Yeah.
and it puts you off. It's like, hang on, where's this come from? Because the film isn't stylised. It's pretty nitty gritty. It's pretty spot on,
It's pretty brutal
exact
at times.
representation of like 1979 or 1980 or whenever it is. But it looks spot on, and then occasionally you just have this bit of a flare, and it's a bit like, hang on, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The whole
yeah.
film was stylised, you could understand, but it's not meant to be a heightened reality. It's meant to be more of like a historical portrayal, really, isn't it? It's a real story. It's meant to be as accurate as possible. That was all.
Yeah.
It was good. It was all right. Yeah.
What kind of stuff you guys do? Cross burnings, marches. This is fixing to be a big year for us.
You ask too many questions. You undercover or something?
You want to talk about music?
No.
I want the soundtrack to this film.
Well,
Because it's really good.
fair enough. Jack's really good commendation.
Nah, they're in a club. They're in a club in one scene. They play some really good songs. I
Went
wanna go
on for
to
a
that
bit too
club.
long, that clubbing scene for me. They were singing along, and then they were singing along, and then it felt like a nightclub. That's good. Cinematography felt like an actual nightclub.
Yeah, it did.
You got the hustle and the bustle and the chopping and the busyness, and you're like, whoa, what's going on? Because if you've been in a nightclub trying to walk through a fucking group of people,
Yeah.
by the time you get where
it's
you're
like
going, your drink's gone.
Yeah.
And it felt like that, but it just lasted a bit too long for me.
I was too busy. I didn't hear a word they were saying because I was jamming to the music. I was.
Fair enough. Well, they were singing along, so
Oh, that's
it,
all right.
wouldn't, it wouldn't have mattered.
I didn't miss anything then.
No, you didn't.
But yeah, I like that.
Fair enough. That's going to be a new rating. Will Jack buy the soundtrack or not? 1-0.
We must unite and organize to fight racism.
Are you down for the liberation of black people?
Power to the people.
All power to all the people.
Spoilers. Whoa! God damn it!
It's gonna go. It's just a matter of time before you join me on the floor, riding my arse.
Right then, spoilers. Let's talk about them. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
What do you want to say about them spoilers? I don't want to say too much because the only spoilers really are racism, and I don't really want to.
Spoilers, really?
No,
It
one
doesn't
spoiler.
get busted.
Yes, that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the fact that the whole film is laying it on pretty thick, isn't it? That Flip, Adam Driver, our undercover detective, yeah, is a Jew. And Felix, our baddie, hates him.
Jews.
And you're thinking that, like, every scene, Felix looks like he's figured it out. He has that one moment, doesn't he, in every scene where he's like, And in particular, the scene where he phones him up at the same time that it's cut that he's arriving.
Yep.
And it looks like it's happening at the same time. And then he walks in the house and you realise
Oh, they're gone.
that he's outside and it's not the same time.
It's very anticlimactic.
Because throughout it's hinting it, isn't it? He's going to figure it out. He's going to figure it out. He's a Jew. He wants to look at his winky. All this. Put a lie detector test on. I mean, this is the start. It comes on hard and fast. Are you a Jew? It hints the fact that he's wearing a Star of David. And it's never
uncovered.
even uncovered. Yeah.
We are going to write a dictionary out.
Even at the end.
Yeah.
Even at the end when the guy from The Longest Yard comes in and figures it out.
Nicholas Turborough.
Yeah. Even when he arrives and tells Felix who he is, there is no repercussion.
No.
Because 2 minutes later they leave.
They die.
Yeah, leave and then die.
Yeah.
But what I mean is, what was the point of him even figuring it out? How would...
But then you don't...
Yes, but true story, right?
Yeah, you don't know how true it is to the truth.
No, so how would they know that he figured it out if nothing happened? What's the point? What is the point of that scene? You see?
I see what you're saying.
He put it in for shock purposes, but then does nothing with it, so there's no point in the shock. Because I was on the edge of my seat every time. I was uncomfortable throughout this film, not only because of the blatant racism throughout, which personally made me feel uncomfortable, but because of the fact that I thought every scene he could be figured out. One of them could be figured out. I mean, how many times do people say, you sound different on the phone?
Oh, yeah,
and then not suss it. I didn't like it. That's what I didn't like. That's my critique and spoiler. Anything to say about that?
No, I agree.
Like, it just seemed a bit pointless.
Like I say, I think it was very...
It was anticlimactic.
Anticlimactic,
Not only that was anticlimactic, the whole film was anticlimactic. The ending with the bomb, for me, chopped up in a way that you don't really see with the bomb.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's filmed in such a way, you don't really see the explosion, you don't really see him die. It's built up to this big moment where there's going to be a clash between the white people and the black people, because everyone's got worked up and everyone's in town. You've got the KKK getting their guns, you've got the black people getting rousing speech about black power and white power, and it's chopped and it's effective. And then the guys blow themselves up in a car.
They literally blow themselves up. They're next to the bomb and they pull the trigger.
And that's it.
Because they're trying to kill Laura Harrier.
Who's my... Yeah, but it was just a bit of a... Like, it didn't even show us, like, them burning.
No, no. It was just like, bam, car flip, cut.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, they're such horrible characters. I wanted one of them maybe to stumble out the car.
Half dead.
Yeah. Maybe there to be a gunfight. Maybe just something else. It was just... It wasn't any good to me. We've watched an hour and a half, 2 hours of these of something going to happen, and it's over like that. Maybe that's the positive. Maybe that's really what happened. But for me, take a bit of creative license and make it entertaining. First and foremost, it's a film. You know?
For you, it's a crusade. For me, it's a job.
You're Jewish. That hatred, doesn't that piss you off? You're taking this Jew lie detector test. Why are you acting like you ain't got skin in the game?
Another thing, I have another issue with. So they blow themselves up, right? Then they catch the racist cop at the bar.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, celebration. Okay, everyone's happy. It's a win-win for the good guys. For once, you don't see it very much. Not in a film about blatant racism. And then they go into work the next day, and everyone's like, "You're the man! Congratulations, well done!" And then he's like, "Yeah, well done for yesterday, but about that, delete everything."
Yeah.
When did they set up the fact that they were going to catch the racist cop? That feels like that scene was chopped in at the wrong place.
I don't mean they could have put it after.
Yeah.
The man.
Well, because you're telling me they blew him up, then they phoned the chief commissioner, said, right, now we've got rid of one set. I'll calm down my girlfriend who's just been blown up. Wire me up. They've set up this whole sting to catch this guy and not discuss the fact. Well done. But don't talk about it.
Yeah.
It was odd. It was odd.
But then again, that could have well happened.
No, it was odd. I think.
What do you mean, no?
I think. I don't think that would that logically happen?
We don't ever know.
No, we don't know, but it didn't work for me.
We have to read the book.
Did it work for you?
Not really. But what I'm trying to say is that I don't know how true they are to the real story.
No, we don't. But even if that is what happened, why would you not put it at the end as a nice wrap-up?
Yeah, that's true.
Because for me, that was more of a closing segment.
Yeah.
That was well, even if they had to be this and they had to do that and they had to wipe it all under the carpet, at least they got the guy.
The racist copper.
Happy ending, bosh. But instead, it was like, bomb, happy, nah, f*** yous.
Yeah.
And it just ended on a bit of a...
And then it went a bit more down when it showed live footage.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
That was real deep for me, that was.
Well, that's when, for me, this became less of a film and more of an agenda for Spike Lee. This was more, it felt like, throughout the film, it's very much his political view. I mean, there's very not so subtle points of Donald Trump being a
yeah.
When
there's a lot of nods to Donald Trump. Really,
well, what's the line, isn't it? Someone like David Duke would never run America. And it like pauses on it for a second as if to go, imagine how ridiculous that would be. Then at the end, it shows actual Donald Trump. It shows actual David Duke. It shows actual white supremacists fighting people at
People
rallies.
getting mowed down,
Yeah.
like at marches
And
and stuff. And
I understand. Maybe it's because we're not American and we're white, but we're kind of a step away from this. Because in our country, there probably is racism. There's racism everywhere. But all I came out from this thinking is, America's fucked.
I'm telling you, the wars are coming.
Reality of it, this is how true the story is, and that at the end of that is live footage of
I know.
race wars going on.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't. That's why in the end I didn't enjoy it. I know you're not meant to probably enjoy it. It's a difficult one, isn't
It's
it?
almost a documentary, isn't it?
Yeah. But I don't go to the cinema to be. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know, I go to the cinema to be entertained. This was too real for me.
Yeah.
But I think that was the point.
Yeah.
To make it be real, to make people talk about it, to make people think about it. And bravo, if that was the point, then fine. But we're not here to discuss political agendas.
Yeah.
We're here to review
tell you
films
if it
as
was
films.
enjoyable or not.
So, was this film worth a watch?
Yeah, definitely. I think so. I enjoyed. There were some tense bits. I enjoyed watching the film. There was some tense bit, but it was also quite educational to me.
Yeah.
It was.
Eye-opening.
Yeah, it was eye-opening, and it made me realise how sort of naive I was to the whole race issue and the racism issue.
I think that's because it's not as bad over here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're right.
And I mean, I know we're in the same planet, but obviously we don't have to deal with these kind of conflicts every day. You know?
Yeah.
And maybe that's why it's difficult for me to talk about, because maybe we're saying that, but maybe it's just because we're white and we haven't had to deal with it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I'd say watch it. I'd just say don't go in like I did, expecting a light-hearted comedy. Jack, worth a watch, 2 yeses.
2 yeses. And next we're reviewing Predator, that comes out this week.
No, The Predator.
Oh, sorry, The Predator.
Predator came out in 1980 or something.
Sorry, I do apologise. That's coming out this week, so we'll get that reviewed and get that up ready for you to watch ASAP. But make sure you don't miss it by clicking the bell and subscribing, and I'll let you know as soon as that comes out. To see more worth of watch reviews, because we know you love them, click on Ben's head. To see some crappy clips that comes out every Sunday, click my head. And if you want game reviews, which is fun or flop, press here. Average Thoughts on Twitter. That's wrong. iThoughts on Twitter. Average Thoughts Gram. Bang us in Google. We're everywhere in the world on the internet.
That'll do.